How to get hot girls. Now, this is a subject I could talk about for a very long time, but I want you to understand some basic concepts to the pimp game. Basic concepts to the realities between men and women. There are some factors you can control, and there are a lot of factors you cannot control when it comes to getting hot women. Now, if you don't know who I am, you don't know my qualifications, I don't want to brag about how many women I've fucked, whatever. You know, I'm rolling in the highest possible echelons. All those Instagram models you're seeing with like 100,000 followers, and you're sitting there thinking, who's that guy? Who gets to actually fuck her in the night? Well, it's me. That's who. So I'm rolling in the highest possible echelons of female quality, and I know the game inside out. So first, let's discuss the things that you cannot affect. One of the largest and least discussed factors to attracting females is an uncontrollable thing, which is timing. Timing has a huge effect on how a female is going to react to you. If you go up to let's say imagine you're in a nightclub, you're chilling in a nightclub, you go up to a girl, you want to talk to her. Now, if that girl has just been bought flowers to take her for dinner by her boyfriend before she goes to the club, she's not very likely to talk to you. If she just caught her boyfriend cheating, she's more likely to talk to you. Do you understand this? Things that happened prior to your meeting have a massive influence on how she's going to react to your approach. Is she happy in her relationship? Is she not? Is she staying at her friend's house tonight? Is she not? Is she on her period? Is she not? Dumb shit. Like, these are things that can completely affect. If your girl knows she's getting picked up by her boyfriend at the end of the night, why is she going to talk to you? If she knows her boyfriend's out of town, she's supposed to be staying with her friends, and her boyfriend's pissed her off because he ain't texted her in a few days, she's a lot more likely to reply to you. These are things that have nothing to do with your approach. My point is that every single female has a window where they are susceptible to your language, and there's windows where they're completely closed. My chicks who I have on lock, the multiple females I have on lock, I am very confident that if they go to a club or they go out and a man tries to talk to them, there's nothing that man can say that's going to get her to be interested in it. There's nothing, because they're closed. They are closed for business. It's like having a fucking storefront. The store's closed. Can't go inside. Whereas if the store's open, you can go inside and try and negotiate a deal. So you need to understand that timing has a huge factor to play with every single female. This is very important. So we know timing has a huge effect. Timing has a huge effect. There's been girls who I've hit up. They've kind of half replied to me, never really got anywhere. Hit them up again 6 months later when I see their big booty pop up again on my Facebook feed. We end up at dinner and I say, the first time I tried to talk to you, we didn't get anywhere. And she's like, yeah, I was going through some stuff. I had some problems at home. Basically, she wasn't open for business the first time I tried to speak to her. I'm obviously the kind of man she likes, because right now we're on a date. She obviously wants to dig. But at the time, she wasn't susceptible to my approach, because timing has a huge factor to play with females. And this is why they say it's a numbers game. It's not a numbers game because you're definitely going to fail. In fact, I'll be confident enough to say, I know all these fucking game books say otherwise. If a bitch is open for business and I make an approach, I have an 80% success rate. I'll fuck 80 to 90% of the females who I attempt to sleep with. At least. Probably even higher. I'll say 100. I don't give a fuck. If a girl's single and I say hello and she feels like talking that day, it's game over. I don't fail ever. Sooner or later, they're naked. So when they say it's a numbers game, it's not because you must fail when you're getting girls. That's bullshit game talk for amateurs. The reason it's a numbers game is because you don't really know who's open for business and who isn't. I can give you a few tips and visual cues to decide who's open for business, who isn't. Fuck that garbage. It's better just to stick it as a numbers game. You try, they're not open for business, next. You try, they're not open for business, next. You try, she is susceptible to your game, and then you move on. So this is one of the first things you need to understand about females, is that women, there are a lot of factors you can't control, and a lot of women are not open for business. Now, during this period where they're not open for business, do not blast your chances by making her lose respect for you. So if you message a girl, she doesn't reply, fine. You want her to reply, you want to play with her tits, I get it. Wait at least 3 months before you try again. Give it a chance for her shit to blow over. Because let me tell you something, if she has 2 messages or 3 messages from you a year, maybe 2 years later when she's fucking sitting at home, she's lonely, and you say, let's go have some fun, she'll reply to you, that's fine. But when she has 1,000 messages and you message her, even if she feels like replying, she's going to scroll up and see that creepy shit and be like, fuck this guy's a weirdo. So don't blast your chances. When the fucking door's closed and the shop isn't open for business, don't fucking bang on that door too hard. Because all you're going to do is make her lose respect for you, and you're never going to get laid. So you can't be doing that shit. If someone's not susceptible to your approach, leave it. And leave it a generous period of time. Approach other women. Come back when there's been a period of time in which things might have changed. Things haven't changed in 2 days. Things haven't changed in 3 hours. Stop hitting them up, you look like a dickhead. So this is a very important thing. This is the first thing. Second thing you need to understand about getting hot women is that women are never without attention. You don't have to make a girl like you. That's easy. You have to make a girl like you more than she likes the other guys who are trying to make her like them. Do you understand the difference? You have to win. As a girl, she just has to, as a girl, if you're a girl, you have to make a guy like you, guy fucks you. Easy. As a man, you have to make the girl like you most. Because there's always other dudes attempting to make her like them. That's something else you need to understand. And when I was saying to you before, body language, about mindset, etc., one of the keys to doing this is to make the small gestures that you go through more valuable than the small gestures they go through. Exactly the same as I was talking about job interviews. The things you do have to be more valuable. How to get rich? Well, my time's worth more, so you must pay me more. It's exactly the same with females. So for example, imagine you are trying to talk to a girl. She'll never admit it, but she's talking to 2 or 3 other dudes. She'll never admit it. Until she's exclusively yours, there's other guys hitting up her phone. One of those guys sends her flowers. You don't send her flowers. Now on paper, he's winning. He went through it. He sent her flowers. He did something for her. He thought of her. You did nothing. But if you're such a high value man that you're busy and you're getting your shit done, you're getting paid, and you say to her, yeah, I've been busy today, I'll message you later. And she respects you enough to look at those words and go, okay, I know he's busy. Yes, things going on. Then you win anyway. You ain't got to send the flowers. It's not about the flowers. It's about your time being more valuable. It's about putting a price on yourself, which is higher than this guy's. So you don't have to go through the same bullshit he went through to try and prove a point. You can prove a point with a message. I've got shit going down, but I'm going to call you at 7. That's worth more because your time's worth more than fucking Mr. Nobody send flowers. You understand where I'm coming from? It's not about the gesture itself. It's about how you value yourself. This is why in every video I keep going back to G mindset and the body language. These things are extremely important with females. I don't try too hard with girls. I really don't try too hard. I will talk to them a little bit. I'll make it clear that I'm not as big an asshole as people think I am. And then I'll try and progress to a meeting. If that meeting doesn't seem to materialize, then the game's over for me. I'm not sitting here trying to chase a meeting out of some bitch. That's not who I am as a person. Because you need to understand that half of the people on this planet, 50% of all people alive, are females. So that woman you think is so special, that one you really want, she's so special. She ain't special, bro. She ain't special. Get that shit out your head straight away. Because the more special you think she is, the more you're gonna fuck up when you're talking to her. She ain't special. She takes a shit in the morning like everyone else. The fucking human organism. Who cares? There's girls prettier than her around. Maybe you ain't got their phone numbers, but they exist. So you gotta go out and get them. So don't be trying too hard. Now the reason I get away with such little work is because I put such a high price tag on myself. I am a 4-time kickboxing world champion multimillionaire. So even any female, no matter how beautiful, knows I'm never going to be the guy hitting her up constantly. I'm not going to be the guy she can call and I'll always answer. I'm not going to be the dude who will give her lifts to work. She knows I got shit going on. Remember what I was saying earlier to you about how I've never struggled with females because I never focused on the females. These other game books and Roosh and all these idiots who is saying, this is the woman, get the woman, get the woman. Forget the bitch. Forget her. Forget all the chicks. Worry about yourself. Get yourself straight. And when your own shit's straight, got yourself together, females are an added bonus. It's much easier to focus on yourself and get yourself high level and then start getting females than it is to forget about yourself. Spend all your time day game running around the mall, doing 1,000 approaches, trying to pick up a real fucking slut who will bang anyone and getting laid. Fuck that garbage. All the game you've read before is bullshit. It's absolute bullshit, and you're going to see why it's bullshit in one of the upcoming videos about how to keep hot girls, especially you're going to see why it's bullshit. But it's bullshit because if you go up to 1,000 girls, you get 5 phone numbers and one might fuck you. Yeah, I'm sure that's absolutely true, but so? You're going to spend your life, instead of becoming rich, instead of becoming strong, instead of becoming smart, you're just going to fucking run around a mall, approaching girls, day game? Bullshit is garbage. It's for children. All that shit is for children. I focused on myself. And that's how I've managed to attain the highest quality females. And also not attain, retain, which is another thing we're going to do a separate video, because retaining females is completely different to obtaining females. So we're talking about the factors that you cannot control in terms of females. We talked about the timing, how some stores are closed. We talked about how you have to make her like you more than the other guys. And sometimes that's difficult, because let me tell you something. She might be talking to a real G. If she's talking to me, you're going to struggle to make her like you more. That's true. I have more tangible assets, more physical, financial, and mental assets. Plus, I know the game. Sometimes you're outclassed. That's how it goes. Sometimes you're just outclassed. That's how it goes. It's another thing you can't really control. But what you can control in those situations is that you don't make her lose respect for you and don't kill your chance for the future by being a little begging for attention bullshit. Just keep your honor about you. Because if you're going to lose the game, there's two ways to lose it. With honor and without honor. You're going to lose. As soon as you sense you're going to lose, as soon as you detect, this girl, I'm not going to get her, then you can either lose her by begging, hoping for that little tiny chance and losing all your respect, or just thinking, you know what, I'm going to try again in 8 months. Fuck this bitch. I'll get someone else. So we all know what the correct decision is. Don't be fucking so desperate for a girl that you just lose all your honor and self-respect. Because then you're never going to get her. Ever. And that's some real dumb shit. So I want you to understand, when we start talking about women, there's a whole bunch of factors you cannot control. Now, there are some factors you can control. Obviously, who you are as a person, like I said, lesson 1, lesson 2, etc. If you're watching this course, you need to watch the first lesson 100 times. If you understand the first lesson, the first video I made in this course, if you understand it and implement it correctly, everything I'm saying to you right now is all you already know. You already know it. What I'm saying now, you're like, well, yeah, of course, because of the 4 lessons I gave you in the first course. So if you understand them correctly, I don't really have too much to say, but I'm just reiterating some points for you. When it comes to approaching hot girls, you have to understand this. Some are open for business, some are closed for business. Next, what can you do? Besides the factors that you cannot control, what are the factors you can control? Well, body language is one of them, obviously. Clothes, we've discussed all this. But really, when it comes to approaching females, game as a whole is something I don't like. I don't like the idea of it, because it's bullshit. It really is bullshit. I cannot sit here and tell you how to act. Even if I told you to have the exact same mannerisms as me and say the exact same things I would say, they work for me, but they will not work for you. Because we're individuals. We're absolutely individuals. For the same reason when you learn to fight, you learn the basics of it. But if I were to say, mimic my movements millimeter for millimeter, I won't get hit and you will get hit, because we're different bodies. It's just we're different people. So I can't sit here and say, do this, do this, do this. Anyone who tries to tell you that, what they're doing is, they're trying to oversimplify an extremely complicated situation in an attempt to get paid. Because every single female you approach is going to be different. Every single scenario you're in is going to be different. Every restaurant you sit in is going to be different. You're different to me. The mood she's in is going to be different. The weather is going to be fucking different. Maybe it's raining, maybe it's sunny. Everything has a small part to play. So for me to sit here and say, if you do this, and then you do this, and then you do this, you're going to get laid, is the kind of bullshit people package up, trying to make it a complicated situation seem simple to get money. Getting laid is not simple. The only thing you can do if you want to retain, especially in a future video, retain as well as obtain hot women, is be yourself. You cannot project and act for any considerable period of time. That's not possible. The only way you can be anything for a considerable period of time is to be yourself. So maybe you're a shit person. Yeah, fine, maybe. But you have to absolutely and utterly be yourself. Now, there are some things which are ironclad beneficial when it comes to getting females. You can be yourself and be a confident version of yourself as opposed to a meek version of yourself. Confidence is always attractive because men were built to lead. Like we said earlier, men were built for combat. So confidence is something you need. Everyone already knows this shit. And confidence doesn't have to be sitting there and bragging. Confidence is little things. When you pick the girl up, where are we going? I know where we're going. Not where do you want to go? She doesn't want to hear that shit. She doesn't want to make decisions. Females don't want to think. They want to be led down a rabbit hole of entertainment. They want to be entertained. They don't want to think. They don't want to sit there and have to think about it. They'll say, yeah, we're going here. Even if you get there and it's shit, because I don't like it here, say, yeah, well, I do. Stick to your fucking guns. So confidence is obviously the first thing, but you know that shit already. Just be confident about who you are and what you say. Doesn't mean you have to be an asshole. You haven't got to be an asshole. In fact, a lot of people confuse the two. A lot of people go, girls like assholes. No, girls like confidence. But nowadays, only assholes have confidence. If you're the rare select guy who's not an asshole and also supremely confident, you're definitely gonna fuck. You haven't gotta be an asshole. It's the confidence they're attracted to, not the asshole qualities. So yeah, you absolutely have to be yourself. You have to be a confident version of yourself. And we've already talked about this in lesson 1. Believe you can do anything. You're about to go on a date with Megan Fox. Are you intimidated? No. Because you're the fucking man. And you're gonna fuck her same night after taking her to the worst restaurant in town. Because you can do anything. Because you're a fucking G. That's how I think. I don't even brush my hair. I don't even shave. I rock up in fucking clothes and wear it for 2 days. I don't give a fuck. Turn up, hi. Start talking shit. Or you know she's naked. Because I know my skills. I know I'm the G. You know you're the G. You ain't got nothing to worry about. You can be yourself and you can be a completely different person to me, personality-wise, and still be a G. You can say completely different things and still be successful. You can have different mannerisms and different techniques or whatever bullshit and still be successful if you've implemented the first lessons correctly.